Hello students, welcome to Diksha Karnataka YouTube channel. Today I am bringing you a sure shot video, a video where you will know how to score out in physics. So if you are someone who is struggling to score marks in physics, don't worry, okay, just take a notebook and sit and let us go through this journey together where we will discuss how can you be scoring 70 out of 70 in physics theory. Okay, remember that I am saying theory part only. Okay, practical marks I am obviously guessing you will score 30 out of 30. So let's sit together and let us go through this journey. Okay, now before we start, we have to analyze the question paper. Okay, that is very important. If you know what type of question is coming, what are the different parts in the question paper, it will be very easy for you to answer the questions that is coming. So first we will analyze the questions, different types of questions that is coming in the question paper. Then we will see what type of level that they are being asked. Then we will see how much hard or easy question is there. Okay, so first let us go through the different parts of the question paper. First, group A. In group A, this is basically a objective part. Okay, objective part means multiple choice questions or MCQ and fill in the blanks, also known as FIB. Now in this part 15 MCQs and 5 fill in the blanks are asked. Out of that you have to answer everything. So there is no option. You cannot skip one question. You have to answer 15 MCQs and 5 fill in the blanks. Okay, in the fill in the blanks section you will be given 6 options to choose from. 6 options to choose from. So 6 option means 5 MCQ questions with 5 fill in the blanks will be given and 6 options will be given. One extra option will be given, that is basically to distract you. You have to choose only correct 5 options, then you will score full marks here. Next, short answer type questions. Short answer type questions means where you have to answer, suppose state Coulomb's law. Okay, small questions, state 2 properties of charges. So this type of questions where you have to answer in one line small answers, there will be 9 questions in total. Out of that you have to answer 5 questions. Okay, so out of 9 questions you will have to answer 5 questions, 4 questions extra here. Next is short answer type question part 2, essay 2, it is called essay 2. So short answer type question, second variation, there will be again 9 questions. Okay, and you have to answer only any 5 of them. For example, they will ask state Coulomb's law and draw a vector diagram. So state Coulomb's law and draw a vector diagram is now a 3 mark question. Okay, and maybe write 3 properties of nuclear forces, that is also a 3 mark question. So in this part you can score short answer type 1 you can score 10 marks, short answer type 2 you can score 15 marks. Okay, now last group, that is group D. In this group we have 2 different parts. One part is for long answer type questions. Okay, long answer type questions like derivations. Okay, derive electric field due to a dipole on its axis, that is a long answer type questions. So 6 such questions will be asked. Out of 6 such questions you have to answer 3 questions. Okay, 3 questions you have to answer. So total marks in this section is 15. Now there will be obviously numericals. Okay, so you are wondering what happened to numerical problems. There will be numerical problems as well. 4 total numericals will be asked and you have to answer only 2. Only 2 numericals you have to answer and total marks is 10. So total marks that you can score is 70 in theory. Okay, understood? You have understood the question paper. Now the same question pattern you have already experienced in your PU1 final exam. Okay, same question pattern. So you are familiar with all the question pattern. Now next move into the different level of the questions. Different level of the question means knowledge based, understanding based, application means. Now what are these things? What is the meaning of knowledge? Knowledge, what is the meaning of knowledge? Whatever we gain from studying books, that is called knowledge. Knowledge means whatever we study from the books and whatever we can remember in our head, that is called knowledge. Or in short, memory based questions. Memory based questions are called knowledge questions. So you can easily remember them and you can answer them. So knowledge based questions are 35%. This is the total question paper including the extra questions. Okay. So the total number, if you add them, it will be more than 70 marks. So weightage of this part is 35. So 41 marks is coming. If you study the books completely, if you remember everything, then 41 marks should be in your grasp. Next is understanding level question. Understanding level question means you have studied the chapter, you have completed everything, you have to understand the concept, then you can answer the questions. So for example, Coulomb's law, I am taking the example of Coulomb's law. Coulomb's law is the memory based question where you have to remember the Coulomb's law, you have to remember the statement. It is a memory based or knowledge question. But if they ask you, draw the vector representation of Coulomb's law, okay, draw the vector representation of Coulomb's law, that is an understanding question. If you have understood the question, if you have understood the Coulomb's law, then only you will be able to answer that. Next part, for understanding, 29% of the question paper will be understanding based and 33 questions will be there. So this is also not very difficult, this is also easy part. Next is application based. Application based, for example, you have studied Coulomb's law. Now they will ask you, find electric force on a fourth charge when placed on a corner of a rectangle. So they will give you the data and they will ask you, this is Q1, this is Q2, this is Q3, okay, what is the force, suppose another charge capital Q. So this is an application level question. So where you are applying your knowledge to calculate the electric force acting on this fourth charge, right. So that is an application level question. So basically numerical questions, okay, some small maybe 2-3 marks numerical, some 5 marks numerical, some MCQs are based on this application. So 20% of this question paper is application level question and 23 marks is coming from there. Last but not the least is HOTS. What is the meaning of HOTS? HOTS means higher order thinking skills. Higher order thinking skills in the sense when you have to apply your brain. Whatever you have studied, it is not there in your book, whatever you have studied, okay. So from there, from that knowledge you have gained, from the application that you have done, based on that you have to use your head to answer those questions, okay. And 16% of such questions are HOTS question and 18 marks is allotted for that. Generally 2 numerical questions are coming from there, okay. 2 numericals, this is 10 marks question, okay. 2 difficult numerical questions, that is HOTS question, and some MCQ questions. When the detailed blueprint is printed given for 2025 session, we will know from where exactly the HOTS question are coming from, okay. So then we can analyze that. Otherwise from my past experience, some MCQ questions are HOTS question, okay, and 2 numerical questions. Next, let us move into the difficulty level of the question paper. How difficult is the question paper? So you can see 40% of the question is easy. So easy means not easy. Easy means if you don't study, you will be able to answer. No, you have to study those chapter completely. If you study the chapter completely, if you study everything properly, okay, those questions you can easily answer. So 40% of the question paper is easy. So 46 marks you can score from there. Okay, average question, average means little bit difficult than easy. So those questions are 40%, again 46 marks. And difficult questions where you have to use your head, you have to do lot of calculations, you have to use your head. So basically you understood that it is mainly numericals and some MCQs, okay. So 20% of such questions are difficult questions. So 23 marks is coming. So this is also total marks. This is also on total marks, not out of 70. This is the total number of questions including everything, including extra questions as well. Now this is the chapter wise marks distribution based on 2024 blueprint, okay, 2024 blueprint. This is the marks distribution, okay. Exact blueprint for 2025 is not out yet, but I can say maybe 1 or plus minus 1 will happen, otherwise there will be no major changes, okay. All the important chapters are given good weightage in this blueprint. So there will be not many changes. For example, in 2023 blueprint, when the first reduced syllabus introduced, electric charges and fields has 9 marks and electrostatic potential has 10 marks, okay. Magnetism and matter I think had 8 marks. So around like this. So they have redistributed the marks by increasing by 1 marks or decreasing by 1 marks, in some cases decreasing by 2 marks. So that kind of redistribution will happen, but overall there will be no major changes. One thing that may happen, for example, electric charges and field was important for a new long answer type question in 2023, whereas same chapter in 2024 was important for numerical problems. So they changed one question, that the numerical question was coming from capacitance in 23, that numerical question was shifted to electric charges and field, and one theory question was coming from electric charges and field in 23, that was shifted to electric potential and capacitance. There may be some rearrangement, internal rearrangement, that we will be sure if PU board publishes latest blueprint. For now, we will consider this as our blueprint and we will study accordingly. I have not shown all the details here because this is the old blueprint, 2024 blueprint. 25 blueprint is expected to come either this month of July or in the month of August next. Okay, if they are not sharing any blueprint, then you can assume this will be the final. Okay, now so let's study all these things. Electric charges and fields, you can see this is very important chapter, 11 marks is coming from this chapter. Electrostatic potential and capacitance, 11 marks is coming from this chapter. Current electricity, 14 marks is coming from this chapter. Moving charges and magnetism, 12 marks is coming from this chapter. So if you study these four chapters, your over 50 marks is already done. Okay, 4 chapter 40, 46, 47, 48. 48 marks are done from these 4 chapters. Okay, so these 4 chapters are very important chapters. So you have to study these chapters in detail. Okay, with time, spend some time on these 4 chapters. I will share a chapter wise guide as well. So please don't go anywhere. Continue through this video. I will share the entire detailed plan. Okay, so don't go anywhere. In this video only we will share the plan for chapter wise content. Now magnetism and matter, a medium level chapter of 6 marks. Electromagnetic induction, another medium important chapter with 8 marks. Alternating current, another medium important chapter with 8 marks. Electromagnetic waves, very small chapter. Okay, less important, so only 3 marks is there. Now ray optics and optical instrument, this is your book 2. Okay, we have done the book 1 first, now book 2. In your book 2, ray optics and optical instrument, 11 marks is coming from this chapter, another important chapter. Okay, wave optics, 7 marks is coming from this chapter, medium important chapter. Now wave optics, most of the parts are deleted now, so that chapter volume is reduced, so only 7 marks is coming from this chapter. Dual nature of radiation and matter, only 6 marks is coming. Okay, 1 objective and 1 5-mark question. Okay, every year they ask this question. Next, atoms and nuclei, sister chapters, 1 chapter 4 marks, another chapter 5 marks. Okay, semiconductor electronics, very important chapter. Semiconductor and electronics, 1 5-mark question is coming every year from this chapter. Okay, and we will discuss that when we are discussing the chapters itself in our future videos. So don't forget to share, like and share our videos and subscribe to the channel, so that we when we are posting this video you don't miss it. Okay, so semiconductor electronics has 9 marks question. Okay, so total marks you can see 115 marks is total. Out of that you have to answer 70 marks and we are planning to score 70 marks out of that. Okay, so let's move on to the next part, where what are the easy part of the question. Okay, question paper we have understood. Okay, 40% questions are easy. Now from a point of view of a student, what all are easy, what all we can easily study and complete and score marks on. Okay, so these are the easy parts of the question. These questions are very predictable. Okay, you can study from previous year question papers and most questions are common across the year. So if you study previous year questions, you will easily be able to answer all these parts. What are the parts? First is 2 marks questions. 2 marks question, most questions are common. So if you go back and study 4-5 years of previous year question paper, and if you pick 2 marks questions, okay, you will find maybe 20 to 25 2 marks questions. All those questions if you study, you will be easily able to answer more than 5 questions. Okay, more than 5 questions. Next, 3 marks question. 3 marks questions are same. Okay, similar questions are coming. Okay, maybe one numerical question is coming from nuclei chapter. Okay, so 3 marks questions are also very common and easily answerable. 5 mark long answer questions, they are very common. Okay, across the year, if you strategically study each chapter, okay, you will be able to answer this 3 mark 5 mark question easily. Okay, so but one thing I will definitely tell you, while writing the answer, I have seen students studying them, but while writing it, they are not able to write them properly, especially 5 marks questions. So if you are not writing them properly, there will be marks deduction. So don't forget to write the answer properly. Okay, draw the diagram if required, explain the diagram if required, then explain the steps involved in the process. So that's how you will score 5 out of 5. Next, difficult part of the question, though they are not all difficult, but still I am considering these are a difficult part of the question paper. 1 mark MCQ and fill in the blanks. For example, 2024 question paper, they had some difficult level MCQs, 4-5 difficult MCQs, okay, where students are getting confused. So if you have studied all the chapters properly, if you understood the concepts, then this is not a very difficult part. But still, sometimes the question setter will try to confuse you using similar options. Okay, but if you are brave enough and if you have studied the chapter completely, then you should not get stumbled upon MCQ and fill in the blanks. Okay, so read the question paper. I will suggest first thing, read the question first. Okay, whatever question it is giving, whether your option that you are choosing, it is making any sense or not. If it is making any sense, then okay. If it's not making any sense, then change the option, especially for fill in the blanks. Now 5 marks numerical type question. Now you are at the correct place. 5 mark numerical type question. Always students tell me, sir, I am able to answer all the questions except numerical questions. I will suggest something in this video, how you can score those 2 numerical questions correctly. I will share some tips with you. Okay, I will share some strategy with you, how you can score 5 marks numerical questions. So don't go anywhere, sit through the video. Okay, now there are some tips. Thoroughly study NCERT book for MCQ. You have to study each line. Okay, we are launching a new line by line NCERT series where we will go through along with you each line of the NCERT and try to understand the meaning of it. Okay, so don't miss that series. It will be coming very soon. Okay, next is practice MCQ questions from NCERT exemplar book. NCERT exemplar book is a sister book of NCERT. Okay, main book. Okay, and you can download it from the NCERT website or your PU board website. Okay, it is available for free. Next, practice MCQ from a guidebook, whatever guidebook you have. I know all of you have following some guidebook and only guidebook. No, I will stop you there, because guidebooks is good for this part. Okay, guidebooks are good for 2, 3 and 5 marks question. 2, 3 and 5 mark question guidebooks are good, but for MCQ and 5 mark numerical questions, guidebooks are not good. Okay, so guidebook are good for that part, but that guidebook has some MCQ questions given into that. So practice those MCQs, that will help you to understand what different kind of MCQs are coming in the exam. But remember that those MCQs will not come in your final exam, but similar questions or some related questions may come. So just this is for a practice. Now I already told you, before answering MCQs and fill in the blanks, you have to go through the questions first. So read the question and then try to understand if it is making any sense or not. Now solve all the numericals given in the NCERT. This is another secret tip. Solve all the numericals given in NCERT. I will suggest few chapters from where you have to practice. Now remember that in 2024 and in previous 2023 and previous years also, many questions are coming, many numericals are coming exactly ditto from NCERT book. Okay, not even changing data, they are giving exact question from NCERT book. So if you are practicing NCERT book, okay, if you are confident from NCERT book, then you will be able to answer those 2 numerical questions correctly. Okay, let's look into the study plan. All the students always come and ask me, sir, how many hours I have to study? How many hours I have to study? There is a minimum requirement for you to study, for example, when you are going to college every day. So during that time, manage 1 hour time every day. For PU board, that 1 hour time is sufficient. If you are studying for any other competitive exam or you are going to attend some coaching or anything, manage 1 hour to study for board. Okay, rest extra you can spend 1 hour, 1.5 hour for your competitive exam or for your coaching time. But 1 hour is mandatory at home on your own to study physics for better score, better marks in PU. Now during this 1 hour, what we will study? You will study concepts, okay, whatever, for example, Coulomb's law, the statement is a concept, okay, formulas, Coulomb's law formula is a formula, okay. So while studying you have to make these notes as well. So first concept, Coulomb's law, okay, statement, next is formula, whatever formula is, next is application, okay, application, for example, I already gave you the vector representation of Coulomb's law is an application, okay, two charges are there, let's this origin, then this is this, so you have already seen that, right? So that is an application. Next, derivation, okay, derivation for electric field, derivation for electric force acting on a charge, whatever it is. Now you cannot study everything in one day, right? So some days you will study concepts and formulas, next day you will apply those concepts and formulas to derive something. So that is how you should progress slowly, okay, not, you cannot achieve the goal in one day, you cannot achieve the goal if you are not studying properly, you cannot achieve the goal even after 1 year or even 2 years or 3 years. So you have to be focused, slow but steady wins the race, right? So now every Sunday you don't have to go to college, so what you will do, every Sunday revise everything, whatever you have studied throughout the week, you have to revise everything, practice MCQs and numericals from NCERT book. So that is how you should progress during your regular college days, regular college weeks. Now during some weeks, during some days, you will get a long holidays in the sense Ganesh Chaturthi is there, okay, there the college will be closed for 3-4 days. Then Dashera holidays will be there, 2 days of Dashera, 1 day of Saturday, another day Sunday. So you can make an extended holiday given by the college, or maybe during Christmas, okay, 1 week holiday declared by the college, or maybe one weekend where you are getting one extra holiday due to some other festival. During that time, what you have to do, you have to invest 4 to 5 hours to study physics, okay. This is your second PU, don't waste time, okay, don't. I know you are saying, sir, I am studying throughout the month, throughout the year, please give us some relaxation time. I know it is boring, but you will get some time in future after your second PU, after your KCET or JEE exams are over, you will get more than 2 months time to relax and enjoy. So don't waste now, don't waste time. Right now is the time to build your future. Once your future is secured, you will get a lot of time to relax, okay. So every during that time, during that long holidays, you have to study physics 4 to 5 hours every day, right? Next, during that 4 to 5 hours, what you have to do, 2 hours to study concepts, 2 hours. Now previously you are doing 1 hour during regular college days, now you have to do 2 hours study concepts, formulas, derivations, okay. Then 1 to 2 hour revision, whatever you have studied, okay, try to revise them. How to revise them? You have studied something, you have studied some notes, now close your notebook and try to write those whatever you have studied, that's how you can revise them, okay. And 1 hour of practice means practicing numericals, practicing MCQs, practicing some questions, okay. Whatever way you think that is good for me, you can choose that way. I am not saying anything particular for this, whatever way you want, you can do the practicing accordingly. Next is now month on month study plan, very important, month on month study plan. I am going to share a detailed, well thought out study plan for you so that you can follow this and score good marks in your PU board. So what is the plan? First July first week, what we will do, we will study electric charges and fields, first chapter of your PU board book 1. Next week 2 also we will continue with the same chapter, okay, electric charges and fields. Because it is the first chapter and important chapter, we are taking some time, and in week 3 also we are continuing with the same chapter. Now I am suggesting numericals, practicing numericals from this chapter. Till the final blueprint is not out, maybe they will swap this chapter, but don't worry, even if you are practicing from numericals from this chapter, okay, this will help you if you are attempting to clear KSET or JEE mains or any other competitive exam. Those will not go in vain. So don't forget, this chapter I am suggesting, now I am suggesting this chapter for numerical. So first chapter for numerical, 2 more chapters will come. Okay, now next month of July, last week we will start electrostatic potential and capacitance, second chapter. Okay, last week we will study this chapter, and that chapter will continue till first week of electrostatic potential and capacitance, week 1 it will continue. Okay, next second week we will start another important chapter, current electricity, very long chapter as well. Okay, there are a lot of concepts are there, a lot of important information are there, but question wise, okay, if it is selected for theory, very specific theories are coming. If it is selected for numericals, there will be different types of numericals will be coming. So I am not suggesting this chapter for numericals. In 2024, this chapter has a numerical question, not a theory based question. So I am not suggesting this chapter for numerical question. This is it will be very hard. There will be very different level of questions coming from this chapter. But if you are interested, if you are intelligent enough, you should try from the numericals from this chapter as well. Next, moving charges and magnetism. Moving charges and magnetism is also another important chapter. So we are studying this for another 2 weeks. Okay, moving charges and magnetism, and 3 weeks. Okay, so we are studying this for 3 weeks. Next, 4th week we will study magnetism and matter. Okay, magnetism and matter on the 4th week, very small and easy chapter. Okay, quickly we can finish that, and then month of October we will move to the next chapter, electromagnetic induction. Okay, this is a completely new chapter, a different variety of chapters. So I am giving you 2 weeks to study this chapter. So enough time you will get. It is not very compact study plan. If you are missing some dates, you can study, continue that study in the next week also. Okay, so enough dates are given, enough days are given for you to complete one chapter. Next, week 3 of October, I am giving you alternating current. You should study alternating current on October, and week 4 you should continue with alternating current. This is also an important chapter. And first week of November we will practice numericals from this chapter. Very important. This is the second chapter I am recommending for numerical. So alternating current has 4 or 5 different varieties, 3 to 4, not more than 3 to 4. That also similar. These 3 to 4 varieties are also similar. Okay, so if you are practicing these 3 to 4 similar varieties of questions, you will be able to answer one numerical questions from this chapter. Okay, so that's why I am suggesting this chapter for your numerical. So if you are practicing numerical from this chapter, you have already secured one numerical question. So I have suggested one chapter, electric charges and fields, and then next chapter is alternating current. So November first week we will study this chapter. November second week we will go to another small chapter, electromagnetic waves. Okay, then November third week we will go to ray optics and optical instrument. Okay, this is also a long chapter, but concepts are relatively easy. Okay, not many difficult concepts. So 1 week to study, and week 4 we will study some numerical problems from this chapter. Okay, some derivations are coming from this chapter, some numerical questions are coming from this chapter as well. Okay, so what are the numericals we will study? Different formulas are given. Only you need to take the values, understand which formula to use, and put them in the formula and calculate it. Okay, so very easy questions coming from this chapter. If you practice those formulas, if you practice how to apply those formulas into find the values, then you will be able to answer a numerical question as well. So this is the third chapter I am recommending for numericals. So 3 chapters you are studying, but you have to answer only 2 numericals. So to be safe side, we are practicing numericals from 3 chapters, but in the final we have to answer only 2 questions. So 4 questions will be asked. If you have studied all the 3 chapters correctly, then you will be able to answer 2 questions out of these 3 chapters. Okay, next let's move into the December month. In the December month, what we will study in the December month? We will study wave optics. Okay, we will study dual nature of radiation and matter, another medium important chapter. Week 3 we will study atoms and nuclei, sister chapters. both are mainly memory based chapters, except nuclei there are some minimum objective questions are coming, 3 marks and numerical questions are coming from this chapter. So we will complete that in the December 3rd week, when there will be maybe a long holiday going on. Next, second week of December we will study semiconductor electronics, another important chapter, okay, conceptually as well as exam wise. Next, January and February. January and February are very important time. During the month of January you will write one preparatory exam, then end of the February, maybe last week of February or first week of March, you will start your PU board exam. So what you have to do during that time, you have to practice derivations, okay. First thing, practice derivations, okay. Practice derivation from previous year questions. Previous year questions where derivations are given, for example, diode rectifier, full wave diode rectifiers, half wave diode rectifier. Okay, these are the questions that you have to practice, and practice means write them down on your notebook. Without writing, you will not be able to answer those questions correctly. You will study something, you will remember something, you will write something else. So practicing is very important. Next is practice numericals. I have suggested 3 chapters. 3 chapters, from those 3 chapters only I am suggesting you to practice numericals. Practice numericals, solve NCERT numericals at least 2 times. At least 2 times solve all the numericals given in the NCERT. First time when you are facing difficulty, ask your teacher or ask us. I will help you to solve the numericals as well, okay, during our NCERT line by line series, okay. Then during the same time you have to write some practice tests from model question papers, okay. Write some practice test from model question paper. What are the model question paper? Model question paper given by your board. One is available on your board website, okay. Then you can use your guidebook. There in the back side of the guidebook there are multiple questions are given, so you can use those question paper as well, okay. Next, this is a very important smart tip that I have gained throughout my career of teaching students, okay. So first thing, study according to the blueprint. Blueprint is already shared with you. Blueprint, I have discussed the blueprint. So study accordingly, study smartly, okay. Don't invest too much time on some chapter where only 2 or 3 marks is coming from, but invest more time from where more marks are coming from. Next, follow the study plan. I have shared a study plan. Remember that a study plan is better than having no plan, okay. What will happen if you don't follow the study plan? At the end of the January or end of the March, end of the February, you will realize, oh, I have only 1 week to study and I have not done anything throughout the year. Only thing I have studied either mathematics or biology, but I have forgot to study physics, I have forgot to study chemistry. So follow the study plan. When you are in a plan, you can track your progress, okay. Sir said month of July I have to complete these chapters. How much chapters, how many chapters I have completed? If you have not completed those many chapters, use the next month. August month, 5 weeks are there, but I have shared only 4 weeks plan. So during that extra 1 week, you can complete whatever leftover chapters are there in the month of July. So use the study plan properly, okay. If you are falling behind, use Sundays, okay. If you are falling behind, use your holidays to complete the chapters. Now, study from previous year questions. I already mentioned it 4 to 4 times that previous year questions papers are very important, okay, from where every year you will get similar questions, okay. Practice numericals from the suggested chapters. You remember that practice numericals, I have suggested 3 chapters. Study all the numericals given in the NCERT, okay, that is number 1. And if you have some time, study numericals from those chapters from previous year as well, to be sure shot that I will guarantee I will get 2 questions from there. Next, practice different types of MCQs. MCQs are not very easy. Sometimes they will ask little bit higher order thinking skill MCQs. So you have to be ready for that, and you have to practice MCQs to answer those MCQs. Write tests to manage time during your exam. So more tests you are writing, better you will be able to finish your exam in time. And one more secret tip that I am giving you, okay, while writing the questions for 2 marks, suppose 2 marks questions, 5 are to be answered, right, and 3 marks questions, 5 are to be answered, okay. If you have extra time, if you get any extra time, write more, at least 1 more, okay, 1 more in these 2 cases. You will get plenty of time. If you are practicing, you will get plenty of time. So write at least 1 more in this case and try to answer 1 more during for your 5-mark questions as well. If possible, write one more 5-mark questions as well. Now, why I am saying this? Because in some case, if you are making some small mistakes and your marks is not full, you are not getting full marks in one of those questions, then only lowest marks questions will be deleted. Okay, so lowest marks question will be marked as extra question, extra answered. Okay, but your full marks questions will always be counted. So to be sure that you are answering, you are getting more marks, try to write one extra question in each of these 3 categories. Okay, and this is my final suggestion to you. Now, if you have liked our video, if you have liked this video, please don't forget to click on the like button, subscribe to our channel, and if you want more such videos to be published by us, then don't forget to click on the bell icon so that you get the update regularly, and we will come with more and more such videos. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Okay, thank you.